G'day everybody, it's John Seville here for a Acorn Wealth Corporation executive summary for the Wednesday open of the stock market. Alright, so we're looking at the S&P 500 now. We talked about the importance of open range. You probably heard me talk about that to death. So the open range of Monday, the first trading day of March, was a high of 2,117.52, a low of 2,104.5. So what we really needed to see was whether we closed higher or lower than that range. Now today we didn't do either. We actually closed in the middle of the range of the day's action and still within the open range of yesterday. So didn't close higher than yesterday's range or lower than yesterday's range. So we still don't have a bias in either direction. So we really need to see that until we see where the strong probability would dictate the rest of the month's going to go, at least until option expiration Friday. So what we want to do is we want to build a plan around some possible trades in either direction, pending where the market turns. So on the short side, we have Kroger, first and foremost. Now Kroger has been under a substantial rally for a very long time, and in fact, if you look at the chart here, you can see that basically it's been supported by the moving averages for a very, very long time. We'll just zoom in closer and closer and closer. You can see that it's just continued to go up, and has now had a sharp drop. So Kroger is looking like a potential short candidate. Now, it's already dropped a fair bit. We're down now from the highs of 74 down to 69. So I'd be looking for any kind of entry point around 70.70 and a drop down towards this first target point here, which we can see at 65.45. So there would be my first potential short on Kroger, especially if the market starts to look bearish. Now the next one I'm looking at is Lexmark, LXK, on the short side. And this has got a potential declining head and shoulders pattern. You can see the type of head and shoulders here on the left, up shoot to the head, and bearish activity despite yesterday's bullish activity in the market, and closing right in the bottom range of today's candle. So what I'm looking for here is a break of the low here of 41. So getting down to 39.90, and then I'd be looking for a short with a target. First target of here of 39.83, but a secondary target, which is what's more interesting about this, of 37.44. Okay. Now on the long side, I bring ourselves back to a couple of stocks that we've been already following. Now ATRA was one of the picks that I traded. We talked about an executive summary, had a beautiful rally up from 18 all the way up to 22, and then pulled back to 20, and has since now rallied again, breaking this bump and run formation. So I'm expecting that this will potentially continue to rally. And so ATRA is also looking like a longer term potential momentum play, the biotherapeutics type of company, and looking for it to get into these upper 28 level, possibly even higher. So ATRA is looking good as a potential momentum play for tomorrow. And the final one on the long side is FIVN, 5.9. Had a great little burst today, shooting through resistance. I'm looking for a pullback of this. It may not pull back. It's a low price stock and obviously lower volume, so fairly speculative. So looking for more a pullback down to where these moving averages are. We've got the 9-day moving average at 392. We've got the let's have a look here. The 5-day at 398. So if we can get a pullback to say that kind of 403, 404, 405 level, that's where I'd be looking for an entry point on FIVN, and then I'd be looking for a rally up into where that moving average resistance comes into play, which is going to bring us to about 428. So about a 5% pop there as a short-term play. But if this kind of movement continues, we could see a rally much further. And in if we just go back to have a look at the longer term trend, you can see that we've broken all kinds of trend line resistance, short term, long term. So this, if it overcomes this moving average, can actually have a pop a little bit further up to a secondary target here where this horizontal resistance seems to lie, and where those moving averages should come down and converge on, which brings us to 469, so I'd be looking for 463. Okay, so those are two possible longs and two possible shorts that we've got on our watch list, trying to look at both sides of the market. Of course, the key will be where we break that open range as to where we preference our trades. So watch for that carefully tomorrow, and be careful, but of course, happy trading. Take care.